Good night, good morning, YouTube family. I just want to make this little video to let y'all know that what's all going on in the world today. There was a model had committed suicide. Also, a rapper family who home had got on fire. So I would like for y'all to just keep them in their prayers. And also with the bills that passed in the Congress and everything. I would like y'all to get involved with that and Google and see what's going on and everything. Also, this is the best time to buy property. And I just like to say that I thank each and every one of y'all for supporting my channel and my subscribers is going up. And also, I want to say that just stay focused on your channel. I always say the small YouTubers are always the best ones. So the meanwhile, you're gonna have to look for a lot of material and stuff. And what suits you, what you like to do. Bring out your personality and your character, and that's what it's all about. So I'm learning this from the bottom, trying to teach myself. I have others also, but I find out the best way to really get into involved is just hands on, and be um, very dedicated to your work and stuff, you know, and really take time and really put in what you want to see out of it. You only get what you put in. So I decided to just separate myself from people, places, and things, and just start focus on my little content and being on a small YouTube channel. I want to stay like that, and I find out that some of the small YouTube channels have the best information. So I'm around everybody chat, just giving highs and buys, and letting them know I'm making my rounds or whatever. But the meanwhile, I'm focused on mine. So I just want to say I thank y'all for even taking time out to, come over to my channel. And I'm just gonna wait for a little while to see who will come up. Um, that's all I have to say. And I'm gonna mute for a little while. And if you would like to get on the piano, you can get on the piano. I put the hey did hey General, you could get on the piano if you want to. I put it out there if you want to talk a discussion or whatever. Um, grown for faults, talking, no bitter and fighting, all that drama stuff. I'm not into that. So I just had to keep it real. And then I'm too grown for that. Like I said, we could agree to disagree. And I see that YouTube is changing. So I'm trying to go forth on it. Let me see. Uh, mm. How you doing, General? How you doing today? Good. Okay. General, do me a favor. See do that link work. Because I had put out a link. I want to see do it work. Hmm. I'm just testing it. Okay, let me see. I see you. How you doing, General?
Hey, hey, Miss Sheila, how are you, lady?
I'm blessed. I can't complain.
You know you're up here twice, right? That's why you have an echo.
Okay, let me take one down.
So what's going on? What's the topic of discussion this early in the morning, love?
Just talking in general. Just anything you want to talk about.
What happened?
Anything you want to talk about. Any grown folks, anything you want to talk about.
Okay,
You know how you like to get on good topics.
that's good.
Maybe.
Give me a second. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, you're good. You're good to go. All right. So I guess what's going on in these YouTube streets?
General, I really don't know. I'm so focused on relocation.
What happened, sweetie?
I'm focused on relocation. Um, focus on my grandson or whatever. Because I have life outside.
And I'm loving your
So
background. That's beautiful, Sheila. I like that.
thank you. And I'm trying
Hmm.
not to get up in a negative thing because I got called a B the other day for somebody feeling. And it was hard.
Say again.
I
You're
got
kind of
called a
low.
B. I got called a B for somebody feeling.
You got called a thief by somebody.
A B. A B.
Let me get my. Hold on.
Okay, let me get my earphone.
Let me see here. Hold on, Miss Sheila, so I can hear what you're saying. Here, ah, ah. And we are connected. Now, what was that? What did you say, Miss Sheila?
I said I had got called a B on somebody's panel.
A B. Who called you a B?
Hold on, because I had my phone on. Let me turn this off. You won't be surprised. It was MOT.
Mm. Wow. Why? What happened? All right. Welcome to Quiet Storm with the General.
He said my name that he wanted me to, take care of the mods, make sure they was doing right or whatever. And he like, oh, I don't like that B, this and that, whatever. So I ain't say nothing. I ain't argue with him, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So when he got off the piano, and that's when I addressed Platinum because Platinum said he wasn't gonna allow that on his piano no more. And he said nothing he could do. I said, but didn't you mute Angry Man and put him in the back chat?
Mm.
So my thing is, see, one thing I find out, General, see, if the enemy can't get to you, he'll use people to get to you.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So the end of the day is I treat everybody like I want to be treated. We have our difference now, or whatever. But when I see you, I still speak to you. I don't hold you. But when I went through his thing today, he done took my branch. But that's all right because in the day, it's like I said, I'm only being around real people. I'm trying to, see who's and who's not, who real, who in it. Because it's not about numbers. It's not about licks. It's about I'm trying to be around true people.
Okay, Miss Sheila, listen. I'm gonna be quite frank and honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
When people cannot, when people test your armor to see if you have a soft spot or a chink in your armor, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they go for. So what you have to do is you have to also understand that there's a contingency plan for everything that happens in this particular environment on this digital space. A lot of people a lot of people are here for the obvious, and some people are here for different reasons. In other words, some people are here because they actually care about the community, they actually love the community, they actually trying to put out information and help the community. Other people are here for clicks and views and popularity.
Yes.
Um, Other people are here solely for the money. This is why I stopped going to certain channels. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna go and be, if I can't express myself and you want to censor everything that I say because you and I have different belief systems, and yes, it is your channel and you run it the way you want to run it. But if I can't express myself or defend myself if necessary, I won't be back.
Yes.
So you have to unsubscribe and not listen and move accordingly.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
That's all I can do. And just start my own little, night shift or when I want to go nights or whatever with different people, whatever. So,
Well, you can't expect people that you don't know.
I want mature older people like you, OJ. I want mature older people. I
Right.
want 45 and up. I don't want no nonsense, no all that other stuff. Because like I always call my place the penthouse, the Fifth Avenue, where we could sit down, have grown people talk, no bigger and biting, whatever. We have agreed, disagreement, and still go on because that's what mature people do.
Right. Well, we're not one monolith of people, men or women. So we may disagree. You have a right to have your opinion, and I have a right to have my opinion. Now it's your show. If you invite me on to have my opinion, then you may disagree with it, but don't squelch it. Don't sit and try to control the narrative to whereas I cannot get my point across or my viewpoint across out to the audience.
Yes.
Because it's not just for you and I. This conversation is being broadcast. If it was just a conversation between you and I, there'd never be no reason to go live. So it may not be for it may not be for but one person out there to get what you or I have to say. But at least let it be said in its true form and don't try to control it. And that's what I have a problem with. People try to goat you into saying things that you are against. You know what I'm saying? And they know you stand against them, but this is the manipulation that some of these people have on these panels. That's why I like going over to DJ Kudas. I like going to Kudas because Kuda is very free-minded, free-thinking. He allows people to speak their truth, how they see it. If he got pushback for you, that's fine. But some people, they don't want you to have that. They want to control the narrative. Oh, over here on this channel, we don't do that over here. I'm not going to allow that up here on my channel. That type, and that's bullshit.
But that's what we learn from one another, the pushbacks. You know,
Right.
And maybe you said something, I'm like, wow, I didn't think about it like that. Okay, so let me look at it a different way, another point of view. And that's what's all about, brainstorming.
I know you're very active in the community.
Yes.
As am I. And I think that's where, I stopped dealing with the bullshit and the fuckery. If you want to talk about what's going on between men and women, I have no problem with that. If you want to talk about the so-called black female fuckery, I could talk about that. If you want to talk about the so-called black male fuckery, I could talk about that. I could talk about men being fucked up just as easily, if not more so, than I can about women being fucked up. I don't have a problem with saying there's a bunch of bullshit ass niggas out there. And I don't blame, like Kuda said, he had to apologize to some of the ladies.
Yes, he has.
Well, yeah, you have to. Because it's very easy when you go to some of these spaces to become swayed if you're not like myself, older, and yourself, older,
And I'm
mature,
older than you.
have you older than who?
Yeah,
How old are you, Sheila?
I'm 53.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You're not older than me, baby.
I thought you was 52.
I'll be 54 next month.
Well, I'm right after you because I'll be
hmm
54 in September.
Yeah, see, you ain't older than me, girl.
Oh, I thought I was older than you.
Don't make me come to New York and get you now.
Yeah, because I thought I was older than you, Bomb, City, and Kevin.
Mm-mm. No,
Yeah, okay.
no. And see, the same thing kind of happened to me mentioning Bomb Cherry. I like Bomb. I like being on her panel. It's a lot of fun. But the same thing happened to me. She allowed a certain female to, do certain things. And then when that fire comes back, they want to drop you off the panel or put you in the back. And I'm like, okay, cool. I get it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
hmm
I just want this to be a place where everybody could just talk,
Everybody can just
be
talk.
respectful.
hmm But,
And you know me, General, I don't hang with a lot of people. I just be by myself.
hmm
I'm not a follower. I'm a loner.
well, you are about family first.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, you're about your community. Thirdly, as a black woman, you're all about black men. This is what I get from you.
Mm-hmm.
hmm You're
Good
all
morning,
about helping
Ed.
community.
Yeah, I love my black males because you know why y'all go through so much and we have so much opportunities that for females out there and they don't take advantage of it. So my mission is to make sure that every black male, to the youngest to the oldest, get everything they had out there for them. So I make sure I hold a nonprofit accountable
Mm.
and transparent for the monies and the funds that coming in.
hmm
So that's my job. And,
Mm.
and we doing a campaign now. I missed my meeting last night. We're gonna do over in a meeting because it's so tired when you're doing a lot of mental work and stuff. That's why I can't be arguing on YouTube. And then I'm running against, and they pick up everything about you.
Yeah,
Mm,
I understand.
yeah.
Everybody just try to pick apart, anything you say. They
Mm-hmm.
don't listen. They don't listen to actually have the conversation. Some of these people listen just to respond. Let me see if I can get an aha, gotcha moment. Let me show him or her that I'm smarter than him or her. And that's what
Yeah.
it's about. You
And
know,
see,
I'm blaming.
sometimes it's not all about books. See, I'm the type. I'm real creative. I'm
Mm-hmm.
organized. I'm real creative. I don't speak a lot. I just get the job done. You know.
Yeah, I see.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I go to Mace and I talk sports.
Mm-hmm.
Mace has a cool career channel, and it's growing.
Yes.
You know, and I don't know why anybody would want to tear Mace's channel down because he don't bother nobody.
But that's what they do, though. That's the job to kind of kill, steal, and destroy. That's the enemy. Conquer and
Why?
divide.
That doesn't make any sense.
They don't, but you look at it, that's what they do. They've been doing it for years. And when you
Mm-hmm.
get your channel, you're gonna see the same thing too. I don't have a lot of supporters, but you know what the end of the day is? I said if I have one or two, whatever I'm doing is not a vain because it's not about the scribes, it's not about the likes, it's about the view, it's about the meshes.
There you go.
Period.
See, I feel the same way you feel. Number
Right.
one, it would be nice to make a little extra change, but
Mhm.
I don't need the money.
That's right.
Number two, I'm not gonna put up with the bullshit and the foolishness because I'm gonna give a disclaimer. Your views are not the views of this channel or this channel holder.
Mhm.
I will not stand in the breach to squelch or to keep you from saying how you feel. I won't do it. But any bullshit will not be tolerated.
I
You will
know
be
that's
asked to. You will be removed from the panel. Period. And if you don't want to fuck around, you want to go make videos or whatever you want to do, that's fine. I don't give a shit.
That's right. Hi, New King Rain. That's right, and that's why I said us as grown people. You can excuse my voice because we had snowstorm out here. That come together and talk. Let's talk. We grown. We could
Yeah,
discuss, agree,
I was going.
disagree.
I was going to ask you about that. How's the weather? You're in northern New York, right?
I'm upstate New York.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Upstate. How's the weather up there?
It's snowing. It's snowing and icy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now,
It
where?
stopped for a
Now,
little while, and then we could go to the store because we right by everything. And then it snow again. So
um, where are you in relation to Syracuse?
see what where?
Syracuse, New York.
Oh,
Are you north of Syracuse?
yes.
What,
Hmm.
what's the city?
My my
I'm not trying to
my
find out where you at, but
my cousin niece live up there, by Syracuse, by Albany, disconnects up there. So they're like an hour and something from me.
okay. Where are you in relation to Fort Drum? How far are you away from Fort Drum, New York?
Um, Fort Drums. I gotta look that up
It's on the
because I'm not
Canadian.
far from
It's on the
Stewart
Canada border, huh?
I'm not far from Stewart.
I don't know where that's at.
You don't know what Stewart Airport at?
Who?
Stewart Airport, the Army base.
Oh no, mm-mm.
Mm,
I ain't never been
yeah,
over there.
yeah, it's nice. They have their own airport and everything.
Hmm.
Yes, we got it going on up here, upstate New York.
No,
I'm
y'all
about
y'all got it's too cold up there where y'all at.
It's nice up here.
Mm-mm.
Hmm. It's country.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yes, it
Mm-mm.
is.
I don't want that.
It's country. You got your country part, you got the city part, you got the town part.
Okay.
I'm moving though, yeah.
Where you moving to, Sheila?
Down south where my land, my family land at, so I could start doing my old school, start growing my own vegetables and stuff.
Down south in New York or down south, down
Roseboro,
south? Hmm?
Roseboro.
Mm. Roseboro.
Hmm.
I was gonna say you're not leaving New York. You're a New York girl.
Yeah, I left New York and came back. I was in Indiana for 14 years.
Oh, okay. All right, you can't leave New York, Sheila. It won't be
Yes,
the
that's
same without you.
I have to.
Mm.
Have to. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
Mhm.
all over New York.
Like it.
Nope.
I know, right? The high.
That's why I didn't stay. It's too cold.
It is.
Yep. Especially where I was. I was 30 minutes away from the Canadian border. And I was like, I couldn't do this shit.
So I'm ask you a question. Where do you think the male's point of view, besides the manosphere, where did you think our males is gonna get out of this manosphere thing? Being that I know I advocate for males, but I would like for our males to be back in their respectful places, being respect, not being competition with females when it comes to corporate jobs, not being stereotyped as lazy, drug dealers,
Hmm.
murderers, killing each other. Mm. Where do you see the future of our black males going?
Mm. Um, Truth be told, Miss Sheila, for some the future is very bright. For others, the future is very bleak. And here's why. The reason why is because the society in which we live in right now is being shaped in many different ways, right? So
Hmm.
you got the upper crust, these black men who are moving into that six-figure category if they're not already there. Then you have the middle ground where black men are trying to get to that six-figure category. Then you got the brothers that want to stay where they're at because they're comfortable, and that's okay. But then you got the brothers who need to move up, but they refuse to. They would rather continue to be niggas. I'm a nigga, dog. Okay, that's fine. If you want to stay at the level of being a nigga instead of becoming or being a black man, then that's on you. Now, some will say, well, what's the difference between a nigga and a black man? Attitude, the willingness to the willingness to improve yourself. I'm a nigga too. I am,
Yes.
but I also understand the relevancy of being a black man. I also understand the relevancy of being able to code switch. Not that you're fake. It's just that if you want to move in the mainstream and you want to put not only yourself, but you want to put other black men and other black people and the black community in general in a particular place in order to survive what's coming down the pike, then you have to learn how to code switch. Really, really simple.
Explain it to him, General.
Okay, every other race of people, and particularly men, since we're talking about men, on this planet, what should I say, in America, they understand how to code switch, right? You can take a Mexican and he'll be the worst SA and drinking and switchblade fighting and fussing and all this shit. But on the business side, he understands how to code switch. He understands here in Texas how to put his cowboy hat on, his nice flannel shirt, his nice blue jeans, cowboy boots, and he goes down there and he's able to code switch in order to get these government contracts to do whatever business he's in. Like a lot of these government contractors, not government contracts, but general basic civilian contracts as
Mm-hmm.
well. They understand how to go down to the city and sit in these board meetings, and they're smart enough
Mm-hmm.
and equipped enough to conversate and or get these award-winning contracts to build these track houses or these apartment complexes. They understand how to do that because at the end of the day, it's all about money. They understand how to build their community. We used to be able to do that, but then we moved into a different direction. And there are some of us who still do, and it's beginning to come back. This is why I say some of us are going to excel and succeed and be extremely successful. Others are going to stay on the glide path that they're on, and many will go away. This is the law of attrition.
Yes. And
It's the
that's
law of
all.
attrition.
Okay.
And here's why I say the law of attrition, right? How many young men do I know that had that had so much potential, be it in music, be it in athletics, be it in academics, and they blew it. They threw it away because they would rather be a nigga, a gangster, a thug, do stupid shit, get caught with drugs, drinking, or whatever, fighting, shooting, killing. How many motherfuckers do I know that was in that position that threw all of it away when it could have been avoided? A lot.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And see, that's what's all about, being everything on Zoom. Try to get those contractors. Try to write the proposal. Try to get your LLC. Try to come up with a team so you could be in competition with other people. And that's why I've been saying that for years. Well, I know my nephew, he had two barbershops. One, he a construction worker. The other one, he built. So been into a lot of stuff. And at a young age that my uncle and them had taught him and
Mm-hmm.
everything. And now I also put a proposal in the school that to teach them that even when they graduate with associate's degree, which we know today associate's degree is nothing. So when they graduate with associate's degree, being it's connected with the community college, they have no student loans.
Mm-hmm.
And that's awesome. So I would like for, this just my desire. I would like for every parent, because I know we have kids having kids, to be their child first teacher, to see what they have out there for their baby future. Because in the day, and when they're in eighth and ninth grade, they should be looking at what university they're going to.
Exactly. And
And
you got some black men. I ain't mean to cut you off, but I am.
mhm,
You got some black men in this space who talk a lot of tough talk. Oh, I'm all about brotherhood. I'm all about helping the next brother. Yeah, but you're only about helping certain ones. You understand what I'm saying?
mhm, mhm,
Okay,
yes,
I may need a little help, but I might not need as much help as the next brother over here you know, who didn't have the same opportunities as I may have had, who didn't get the same breaks as what I may have gotten. So you want to pick and choose who you gonna help based upon whether or not you like their personality or not. So
right.
yeah, it's crazy, man. Uh, I can't do that. I can only be who I am. I can only be say the shit that's real. That's it.
And that's what it's all about. Because why be phony about it? And like I said, in the day, is all this energy they're putting on this social media is not getting done. Start going places and making change. We see the problem, so we know the solutions. So let's not, in your town, your city where you live at, talk to your official, talk to people, minds like yours, and get it together. It's not that hard, you know. Because I say each one teach one, you know. So
One of my young soldiers,
me.
one of my young soldiers just got a few months back. I didn't know it. He just reached out to me. He got a gun
Mm-hmm.
charge here in the state of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
19 years old.
Yes.
Had no one else to turn to. Father's deceased. Um, Mother gave him to the grandmother. And so at his trial, he reached out to me. Said, hey, man, look, this is what happened. And ran it down to me and said, I did it, but you got aggravated assault. In Texas, that's a for a minor, that's a serious charge. So I had to go down there and plead with the court system, myself and the commander and a few other prominent men in the community. And it's working out for him. We were able to
That's
save him.
good.
But as I told him, let this be a lesson to you.
Yes.
Because now you have 7 other black men who have reputable reputations who came down here to this courthouse, and in a closed hearing, um, we saved your career. We saved you from going, to jail for a very, very long time. You don't owe us anything for that. However, you owe yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's beautiful.
So I learned not to share a lot of things that I do in the community or on YouTube. And I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
People like to throw that back in your face. And I don't have time for insincere, stupid ass, ignorant ass Negroes. That's it.
I know.
That's why I stopped hanging out in certain places.
Yeah, but me too. Me too. Cause they what they do is they don't have respect for people. They get on their piano. They disrespect their moms and stuff like that. And it's all good. And see, we too old for this too. Yeah. Good morning, Blue Devil. Like I said, anybody have anything to say? My channel is, hey, we speak our mind. We respect one another. That's what it's all about. You know. But General, I really thank you for your input because you always have a lot to bring to the table when it comes to certain things. Being you was in the military, and then also you still helping, the community, and that's the blessing.
Well, I try
A
to
lot.
bring, I
Mm-hmm.
don't just try to bring something to the table. I try to bring something of relevancy to the table. Now, whether you
Mm-hmm.
accept it, that's on you or not. I try to give you life experiences that I've had so that you can make a different choice than what I made. It's like I tell my sons, don't be like dad, be better than dad. But I
Yes.
had to learn the same thing, Sheila. Um, I've had to learn not to be such an open book out here.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. Because everybody had the little cliques and this and that, whatever. And they be talking behind the scenes and you know. So at the end of the day is I tell you about just stay true to yourself. The end of the day is don't compromise for nothing evil. Stay what's right, because let me tell you something. Your name is better than anything.
Well, what I
And
learned
don't
is it's a popularity contest.
that's what it is.
What I learned is if they can't defeat or figure out a way to tear down your commentary, what happens is they go to personal attacks. Oh, you've been married and divorced 3 different times, so how can you tell?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So I use those experiences so that the next young man that's listening, who may be contemplating marriage, won't make some of the same mistakes that I made.
Yes. Yes.
That's all it is.
That's what you're supposed to.
Yeah. But
Have
these
you?
niggas don't want to hear that. So
Yeah. I'll turn my phone down. That's what it's all about.
I'm gonna be right back, Miss Sheila. If you're gonna be up here for a minute, I gotta go over here and check these sodas. So I'm
Okay.
gonna call right back in.
Okay. I'll be back. Yeah. I'll be here for a while. Yeah, guys, we just talk about, just things in general, grown folks talk, anything you have to say or anything you have on your mind, you come here on the panel. Um, we just, small YouTubers, just some beginning their page and just really encouraging one another, just stay focused on their channel. And you're gonna have some setbacks and you're gonna feel like that you don't want to continue your channel and you're gonna feel like you don't have no content to go on with your channel, but that's what we are all here for, to help one another, you know and that's what it's all about, encouraging someone on the way or whatever. I know my topics, I come up like random with it. I had bought the book by the Red Pill Casanova. I supposed to do that today. Hack Her, and that's, if y'all don't have that book, that's a good, awesome book. I got it at Amazon. It's a real good book for males and females. And I mean, he really put his wholehearted soul and mind and spirit in that book. It is real nice. And when you see brothers and sisters here on these YouTube streets writing books, clothes or anything, that you want to support them, because it's very little that we shout out and we promote one another. And that's how it should be. Instead of us so focused on the dramas and the dislikes and the confusion and the disagreements and stuff, we need to come together in stocks and bonds and people writing books, how they do their makeup, their hair, and start their boutique shops and stuff like that, or how you want to start your business. Because let me tell you something, what I found out being on the YouTube streets is a lot of people with a lot of information here, even when it comes to people income tax season, how to do your income tax free, even though I know how to do mine anyway. But the ones who didn't know how to, there's a lot of stuff you can find here on YouTube. It's a blessing. And I just wanted to do a little live today, to let y'all know that it's all right. Sometimes you feel like you're alone, but you're not. And just find someone you could talk to, because everybody needs someone that they could talk to. They need someone to talk to and tell your problems or whatever. And sometimes you have to get that out your chest and feel like you're not alone. And you'd be surprised who listen to you. You'd be surprised who give you a helping hand, you know. Because I said everybody's setback is for a powerful comeback. And you look over your life and all you have been through and all you have done. And it's a blessing. Just seeing another day is a blessing. Putting people in your life you don't even know, and they, oh, I help you with this, I help you with that, or I'll give you a little money for this, and that's a blessing. Let's not take each other for granted. While we're here living here on earth, let's give each other our flowers. That's what it's all about, you know. So that's what I'm all about, just promoting each other, not looking down at nobody. I'm a small YouTuber. I support my small new YouTubers. So I'm not about caught up in likes and views and clicks and the crowds and stuff like that. I'm just who I am. And that's it. Because I always say we all have purpose and destiny that we have to fulfill before this earth. But one thing you have to know, what is your purpose? What is you here for? You know? So that you really have to find out, what is you good at? If that's your gift. Because your gift will make room for you. You like to cook, and that's your gift, you can want to open up a restaurant, you know? You like doing lotions and soaps and stuff. Hey, you can open up your shop, you know? So it's nothing that could stop you. Good morning, brass man. There's nothing that could stop you for making beautiful things in your future. And sometimes, good morning, Zero, you are your worst enemy. You always doubting yourself. You always putting yourself down. And I always say, just step out in faith. Just step out in faith, and just start it. If you just start off small, just start it, you know. Don't be scared, regardless of what anybody say. If you want to start that business, if you want that new house, if you want that new car, if you want to apply for that new position, your job, or you want to give your job a 2-week notice and go to another job, or you want to move to another state, pray on it and make sure this is what you want to do. This is what you want to do. Because like I said, enjoy life, but let's use wisdom too, you know. We don't want to go somewhere that we know that we would have been better off where we was at before. So you really have to use wisdom where you're going. And I just want to say to I call y'all my angels in my chat that y'all just be careful out here. I know some y'all in Texas and stuff, and y'all driving, the snow, the black ice and stuff. Just be careful. Make sure y'all got good tires. Make sure y'all house is full up with food. Make sure y'all have a generator. Um, Make sure y'all guns is on point. Everything you need. Make sure you have that in your house and be comfortable. You know, make sure your heat is working right. Your fireplace, you got enough wood for your fireplace. You know, enough water, juices. You know, just take care of you and your family in this time of need. Because I know they said Texas is hitting it bad, and we having a little bit up here in upstate New York. Yeah. So I'm trying to wait for a general to come. Get about 10 more minutes. But good morning, Melvin. Melvin, you want to come up? You can. I put the link down there. Just talking about grown people, folks. That's all, Melvin. If anybody want to come up, you can. Yeah. So it's snowing where you at, Melvin? Yeah. So we've been having a lot of ice and snow and stuff. So y'all just take it easy too. Big X, how you doing? Well, come up. Come up. The link is right there. Come up. Cause you know mine, I rearrange my page. So mine's relaxed. Ain't nobody coming up here smashing each other. We ain't doing none of that. Cause like I said, I want my channel a peaceful channel where everybody could say their part or whatever. So thanks for the ones who listen in the clouds, because there had to be a place where we could go and just talk without arguing, fussing, and calling people out or whatever. Because I had bad experience the other day where somebody cursed me out from the piano. Okay. Yeah. And I never disrespect this dude in my life. Always show him respect, even though I know we have our disagreements. But that's what people do. And the end of the day is, you know what? We live and learn. So, I got a couple of brothers here on YouTube streets. I just be bothered with them and just keep my page going. Because that's what it's all about, Y'all just make sure y'all stock up on no canned goods. the waters, frozen goods. Make sure your cars is full with gas and everything. So I just want to come in here, talk a little bit. I'm ready to go on because I'm waiting for the general to come on. I'm great go off. And I just want to say again, I love you guys for always. Well, Big G, come on then. Speak your mind. Speak your mind. Come on the piano. I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to come on the piano. If you don't come on the piano, then I'm closing out. Because I know you always have a lot to say on your channel, but every time I give you an invitation to my channel, you never come on. Yeah, you should. Because that's when we have to hold ourselves accountable too. Who we let in and out our body. So, and respect for women is not going to have that, Please, everybody. Yeah, everybody now. And I'll be honest, if y'all want to keep it real, majority of decent women is not saying nothing. Look, we had done our family, we live in our life, we had our home, we have our nice jobs and stuff. So I have one beautiful grandson doing him. I have two beautiful daughters. So it's the ones that make all that noise is out doing the ones who's not. Because majority of ones who doing good in their family stuff, we're not making noise. We out doing other stuff in political scenes and stuff. And one thing I will not let them do is pass the law that the male is under the female, and they've been doing that for years. That's why if you have a black male, a black female have the same degree and go to a corporate job, they will give it to the black female because that's again conquer and divide. They know they can't control that black male; they can control that female to a certain extent. And then beyond majority of those females be messing with those males. So we don't even talk about that, but that's another story. But the end of the day is just be careful, my brothers and sisters, how we talk to one another on the YouTube streets. Give respect when respect is given. We could disagree. We don't have to start cursing and hollering at each other. And I am not going to say the word bash. I just said behavior. The behaviors we have towards each other is not acceptable. We really have to talk to individuals with respect. And that's all I say to my brothers and sisters, that let's start giving one another respect. Because if we don't respect one another, what make you think other people are going to respect us? And they always look at us as mockery, even our black males, thugs. They call them thugs. Um, they put them in prison. The police brutality, they're lazy, they stereotype them. They stereotype the females as being ratchet, twerking, baby mamas, weed wearing, living off of social service and Section 8, sleep with anybody for a meal. What else they say about the don't not take care of their kids. They look all nice and their kids look dirty. Always want to date a drug dealer. See, these are stereotypes they have for the female. So my last words I would say to y'all to just raise your standards and just raise your standards. And if you have any kids, please teach them because you are their first teacher. The ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. They should know all that, where they live at, their address, their phone numbers, and everything before they go to school. And also, you could start teaching them Spanish too, a second language. That's what we're doing with our grandson. And I just want to say again, I love you guys for stopping by hearing my voice. And I want y'all to know, the small YouTubers, I appreciate y'all page. I appreciate y'all content. And like I said, the most information I get is from the small YouTubers. Y'all put so much in y'all work and y'all get so underrated. Y'all do. Y'all really do. And believe me, I always stop by and put a like and watch it. And sometimes I'll put comments or hearts or whatever, but I just want to encourage y'all to keep on doing y'all work, because whatever y'all doing is not in vain, you know. So y'all have a blessed night. Hi, Mr. Black. Mr. Black. Okay, good. Okay, don't. Okay, I got it for you too. I got the link for you. Thank you, cause I definitely was gonna leave. Oh, Mr. Black. Yeah, that's what it's all about. And I just want to encourage y'all that, I know a lot of y'all get discouraged. And it's about licks, it's about clicks and crews and likes and views. And sometimes you're gonna get attacked and it's gonna be a lonely walk. But keep your head up, stay positive, and still keep your good spirit, you know. And if you speak to an individual, they don't speak to you, just go ahead. Just, now you know. You go to an individual chat, they take the wrench for you. Hi, keep on going, you know. So, um, it's sad. It's very sad that, they got the trucks moving in snow. But it's very sad that people have to go through this. And I know a lot of people went in depression concerning their YouTube channel. And y'all have to realize some of these channels is people brand. They make money off of it. Which us, we just doing it, because we like doing it. But we have to respect one another. When we go in their chats, when we go on their panels. And I learned that I do not want nobody from my panel or my chat to disrespect each other, because that's a hurting feeling, you know. Even though someone call you names and you know you're a moral, decent person, and it still hurts. Even though it's a lie, it still hurts. So words goes a long way. They do. They do. Good morning, Mr. Black.
Hey, good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning. I can hear you a little bit low.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
Come
you're
here.
a little bit low. Let me
Okay, can you
see.
clear now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I was sitting to listen to you on the general newsstand, but my old lady was asleep behind me, so I didn't want to disturb her.
Mm-hmm.
She got to get and go to work, but it was a good thing what he said about the black man. Some gonna make it, some may. You know, some other place you dig. There's a general disconnection, with the youth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but the thing about it, it's a matter of appreciating the talents that most black men have. You know, you know, uh, we've got to learn how to assess the talents that brothers have and bring them together and can operate on a different level than what we're operating on now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good thing that you use the word behavior rather than the derogative words that could be
Yes.
applied to the behavior, of a lot of people. Um, things that we hear about in the news, what we see in our real life, and all that right there. One thing that the general didn't touch on though, which I found interesting, is that he say he's from Texas, right?
Hmm. Excuse me?
The general say he's from Texas.
Yeah.
They're going through some horrible conditions down in Texas. That they don't have any electricity.
Yes.
A lot of pipes are busted in a lot of those homes. They don't have drinking water. They really don't have ways to heat the water. And like, I think they're going into the fourth day of being without electricity, no heat at all.
Mm.
You know, and I really feel bad for those people down there because like they never saw this coming. You know, the way that it has came.
Yes.
I mean, hey, no food because like, well, I guess by being winter down there and just don't normally get cold weather. It kind of confused a lot of people and caught them by surprise. But I guess they can still keep your food cold if they put it in the garage or somewhere like that. But then if you ain't got no heat in the house, hey, the whole house is cold. You know,
But Biden had took a executive order. He going down there helping them.
I don't know if it's I don't know how much he can do um, in an immediate sense. Um,
But they had they had other people who want to donate and stuff. Like they had Beyonce and all them. So a lot of people donate.
but we're talking about a couple of million though,
Yeah, that's nothing to them.
right? We talking about a couple of million of people,
Hmm.
and it's like
And then they're gonna relocate to the other states and stuff and put them up and stuff. Yeah. Well, you gotta realize the same thing happened in New Orleans. So only
yeah.
thing there was flooded with this one is like a little bit different.
I mean, the flood, the flood is kind of durable. You dig?
Mm-hmm.
With the cold weather, you understand? That can kill you real quick. I mean, I'm just giving a concern about what's happening with Texas down there. You know, because like man, that is really devastating. To deal with cold weather
Yeah.
and then no heat. And you got kids, you got ill people. You understand?
But Mr. Black, that's what we
Yeah,
was telling people a couple of years ago when we had the blackouts in New York.
yeah.
Start preparing for this. When electricity go out, when difference go out, how you gonna live? See, they always gave us a warning for instruction, and people don't never take heed of that.
And you know something?
Never take heed.
I think the energy company down there, I don't know, they kind of fail the people. You know, they kind of fail the people because like they should have been prepared for something like this though. You
Hmm.
know, and like they should have had. Well, what I'm saying prepared, they should have made it possible. You understand where they could have reached out to the surrounding states. You
Hmm.
dig and had some kind of substitute grids could
Hmm.
have been in place. So when big grids went down, they could have just shifted over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they kind of failed them. You understand? Like what was the senator's name? Ted Cruz. He was
Yeah.
going to cocaine.
Yeah. And Mama said this too should pass and see we should do that quick, like I would say faith without works is dead, and see
Yeah.
we need to get stuff together. We knew this was gonna happen. They knew it was gonna happen again, but we wasn't prepared. Some was and some wasn't, you know. And they
It's
said we on our own, Mr. Black, our leaders don't want us to survive. We have to hear to the George Guidestones. God bless you all. But you know what? The end of the day is we are our leaders. We
well, you're
are
right.
not, we are our leaders because the end of the day is God has given us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And the leaders supposed to be the leaders, they're not doing nothing. We knew this was gonna happen. And see, that's how we always got to prepare ourselves for this stuff. Always keep candles, always keep generators, always keep canned goods in case you have the stuff gonna shut down. and keep your charcoal, keep your the grills, everything. You know,
Well,
this is the time. This is the living skills got to come out.
well,
See who could survive.
something. You're right in what you're saying. We are our own leaders, but we're codependent in the sense on the system, and
Mm-hmm.
that's a shame because like whenever these things happen, we rely on certain things,
Yeah.
about the fix, and like sometimes the help ain't coming, and like you say, get canned goods. Hey, uh, yeah, it's good stuff, but something if your canned goods are frozen, you dig, and you can't throw them out, then I was looking at the news, and they had people waiting, you understand, from early in the morning to late at night just to go inside a food market, you know?
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I guess help is going to come. I just hope it don't be too late because they've
Mm-hmm.
been going through it for a couple of days, and like same storm that is passing through New York now,
Yeah.
passed through Cleveland here, you dig,
Mm-hmm.
came from there. We're not getting the full impact of it, but uh, thank God that our grids are working, and that we have heat and electricity. You know, of course, I guess
Well, excuse me. What you mean by that, brass man? Go, not ho. What you mean by that?
what is that? I can't see the chat.
He said brass man said go, not ho. What you mean by that?
Um, well, I guess it had no meaning.
Okay.
But
Because if anybody have anything to say, they could come up.
yeah, most certainly.
They could come up if they have anything. I'll wait for General.
I know he said he'd be back. You understand?
Hi, David. Yeah. Yeah.
He said he'd be back.
Okay, somebody came up. Mm.
Okay.
Yo, excuse me.
How you doing, Melvin?
I'm alright. How's everybody?
All right, you just got to turn your mic down a little bit.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I'm in the hallway. You good? That's better?
A little bit. A little
That's
bit.
better?
Yeah, you just got a lot of bass.
Oh, my bad. My heart goes out to all my peoples out there in Texas,
Mm-hmm.
especially, for the children.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like,
Yes.
I'm thinking about the babies, man.
Yes.
Like, I didn't need milk, I didn't need water. I'm thinking about my older folks, those who are dialysis. This thing is more serious than than what the TV is making it look like. I don't want to hear from the TV. I want to hear from those like who are really, really living. Because the folks that's on TV, they're not really going through it. Like I'm telling you now, they got spots in other states and other houses. They could just be like, boom, or my water bill here. I ain't got no electric here, so I'm gonna go to my house in Florida. Everybody, all the cats got a house in Florida or California or somewhere. But they're like, I'm good, but the people that put me in office, they're not good. But
Mm-hmm.
as long as I'm good, I'm good. But forget those. As long as they put me here where I'm at, it's like they can kiss my behind. You know what I mean? And it ain't right. I mean, like with the COVID, they got to do something. They have to do something. Something got to get. Something got to open up. Like all these hotels is practically empty. The shelters. Let's get these like the stuff that I'm seeing right now, man. It's like people. We got to change as the people. Like we got to depend on each other as the people. We can't depend on the government. We got to go back to the old school where I was able to knock on my neighbor's door and I needed a cup of sugar or a cup of milk. You know, these days at times it's like everybody is just for self, and it ain't good. But we come together when we have a situation. Right now, this is more than a situation than Black Lives Matter. This is more of a serious situation than anything. This is my life do matter. This is what this is. My children are hungry. My mom is sick. My people need their breathing machine. This is what's going on. You know, and then you got those who have the heart. Oh man, this is deep, man. The word, the word is going to come forth to me sooner. You know, I'm trying to block it out. I'm trying to cut myself short.
No,
But
go ahead. Keep it real.
the heart that God gave me, I have no choice but to carry it and walk around with it and live with it. I may do what I do, but I'm not that person that do what I do. You know what I mean? People, we have to people have to get together. You know what I mean? You know, we gotta learn how that that the violence, everything is only by retaliation. You know, and majority of the violence is behind money, drugs, or a girl dealing with these young folk. But then you got some that'll get high. You know, it's so much going on that we as the older folks, we gotta be able to sit down and be like and not be scared of the ones that we brought into this world. I remember coming up, my parents used to say to me, if I ever get smart and talk back, I brought you in this world, I will take you out this world. But what happened was the government made the parents scared of the children. I'm not scared of mine, but the government made the parents scared of the children because of the fact that if my child gets smart with me and I go hit my child, well now I got to hold everybody on my back. But that is why the children is off the hook because the government allowed the children to do it, not us. Not us. The government put stipulations on us. So we as the people got to get together and be like, look, this got to stop. And all these preachers, I mean, like everybody on the internet, everybody on social media, all these preachers need to start worrying about how many members they're going to get, about how much money they're going to get in their pocket. Some of them, I'm not saying all of them, but some of them, yes, I'm a deacon, and yes, I am a man that's walking towards that same way y'all walking. We as the church people got to stop. We got to stop. We are the first ones that the folks come to when they need something. We got to stop. We got to stop worrying about. We got to stop hating in the church. Come on now. We as the people gotta chill. We gotta get together and be like, look, this is what's gotta go on. It's enough people in this world right now to help Texas out. It's enough of us out here to help Texas out. It's enough of us out here to put $2,
Right.
$5 together and be like, look, listen, I can get a case of water. I can get a case of water. I can get a generator. It's enough of us, but you know what? Everybody's too worried about who gonna put in what, or who putting in more, or who putting in less. Who gives a damn about who put in what, or who put in, or who do this, who do that? Just do the damn thing. Let's help them out, yo. Like, listen. I ain't got a lot. I got like $2 on my cash app. Like word. Like I just got me a cash app account. When I get $10 later, I'll send that out. It's not a problem. Because we gotta stop worrying about what is coming back to us. Don't worry about what's coming back to you. God got you. If you do what you do from your heart, He got you. Don't worry about, oh, I'm not sending this person $20 because of what he said or she said about it. Who gives it? Listen, people be killing me not liking somebody because of that individual. Okay, for example, Brother Walker maybe went, Brother Black maybe went something, may go through something with you, Sheila, right? Now, Brother Black may not want me to like you because of what y'all two went through. Why is that? Hell no. What y'all went through is what y'all went through. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Y'all still my people. My job is to compromise, come and find out what happened with my people. Like you, my people, black is my people, we all people. People get all on junk and garbage. Not that all. We pushing 50 and people still got drama going on. I ain't never seen so much drama on the YouTube a day in my life. And half of the folks don't even know the folks and never seen the folks before. But
Right.
y'all want to go by what somebody else said. Stop going by what somebody else said. Who gives a damn? Who cares?
Uh,
If you subscribe to that person or you chill with that person, be with that person. Don't fall out with the person because of somebody else said. You don't know what happened in the background. See,
Right.
people always got a way of making themselves look innocent, but they the ones who started the dirt. So
brother
the
Melvin.
one, so the one who starts the dirt always try to make themselves look like the
Uh,
victim
All right,
when
Melvin.
they
Mr.
were
Black
all
wants to
the
say something.
victimization. My bad, Mr. Black.
You know something? Everything that you said is basically true. Okay. Uh, I like the way you came out this time because you was looking at it from the human perspective in terms of what's happening in Texas. You understand is dying and like it's desperate. All right, and like the surrounding states or people across the United States should be concerned with that. Like you know, I'm concerned because what I seen on TV, I know only 20% of the story, the real story, is being told of what them people are going
Exactly.
through. And the thing about it, see, we've gotten away, you understand, from the old school ways where we can always go to our neighbor when we really needed help, and our neighbors would help us out. All right, that is the bias, you understand, that has been developed, you understand, over the past couple of decades. All right, I often sit here uh, when I think about the situation in the United States. Let's say, how did we go from making progress then to just being at a standstill now? Because everybody is so opinionated, everybody is so personalized in their own independent perspective about how they think life should be and the way that it should go. But it's basically a gridlock.
Mm-hmm.
It's a gridlock, you understand, of thoughts, opinions, behaviors. And when you talk about YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and all these medias reflect the symptoms of the society. All right,
Sure.
a lot of things that you see happening on YouTube, people come from real life into cyberspace, and they bring those symptoms,
Yep.
and dump it, in YouTube. And it's analyzing some of the things that's been happening on YouTube about everybody want to be people pleasers. Everybody enjoy listening to the fuckery, so to speak.
Right.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
or the madness. You understand? You know what's the most popular thing on YouTube is? It's the fuckery. People will go
Yep.
to these channels, and I'm talking about they will stay up 24 hours just to participate in degradation, to participate in the sand and putting other people down, uh, participate in backstabbing people, saying the nastiest things that they can out of their mouths, you dig, or that they type in the chat room.
Mm-hmm.
It's a symptom, you dig, of psychotic behavior. And like they don't, something. Just the other night, for example, uh, Grandmaster Troll. I mean, I'm gonna call him out. Do you know he went in the stand almost what 12? No, 15 hours talking about the guy Kevin Samuels, And I said to myself,
Good morning, Anthony.
man, he spent all this time talking about this guy. Why don't he just go to the guy, and face him like a man and say, hey, look, man, I don't agree with this, I don't agree with that. Why spend 15 or however long the hours that they spent talking about this guy? I mean,
It's crazy,
it's
man.
psychological, okay?
Yeah, it is. It
Uh,
is.
but let me comment on a couple more things that you said.
Yes.
The problem, you understand, is that our youth have disconnected from us somehow. Some still remember, you dig, you know, the strength that the parents gave them. It's like you stated in the comment section. Your grandparents taught you how to respect a woman.
Yep.
I pay attention, man. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
yes.
well, sometimes what you say, uh, it reflects your character.
Yes, it does.
Okay. And like
Yes.
the thing about it, some of those wholesome values that we had back then, they have changed. All right,
Yes.
with the rhetoric of some of our youth. Not all, but some.
But some, I agree.
And like in this system, you got to know which direction that you're moving toward. Otherwise, you will be lost in the sauce, so to speak. And the country ain't gonna care about if you get lost in the sauce, because it's
No,
your
because
responsibility to stay up, to be progressive. You know, sad, but it's true. Life don't owe us understanding. It really don't. That's something that we gotta make more meaningful in our lives, you dig, so that people can understand us. You dig, but you gotta articulate what you are and who you are and where you're at.
man, I sound like I'm talking to my grandfather right now, man. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Oh yeah, and like there are so many. Hey, like you said, there are so many hurdles that we got to jump.
That's right.
So many things that we got to recover, redirect, and represent, because the divide between the man and woman is crazy,
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
and it's getting so far out there in no man's land. It's going to be hard to come back. Hard to come back, and there's a lot of tampering with the system or within the system. You did to keep people separated and divided, especially black folks.
Yeah.
And hey,
I agree.
we know it, we understand it, we see it. You dig, but you know something? A lot of the rhetoric that we think you understand is preventing us from really coming back together and really reestablishing, or just standing up like we used to.
Mr. Black,
Yeah.
can you think we could be our own worst enemy when we see the behaviors here on the YouTube streets, um, males against females? I'm be honest, we are our worst enemy, and that's why I said the battlefield's in the mind. And they know what they're doing. The government know what they're doing,
Yes.
and see, they always use
Mhm.
that conquer and divide. And see, when do we going to get to the point that we are going to overcome that pettiness, and we are going to be our brother and our sister's keeper, and letting them know
Mm.
that what our components been doing for centuries, even our ancestors, that we have to have a strategy. The everything they had create for us, it will backfire, and let them know no more. We are bigger than this. You're not stereotyping us no more. We're going to get our own newspapers. We're going to put our own news out. We're going to get our own, start with social media, news, everything, because everything they're putting out against us is false. And we know that.
Exactly.
And we know majority of our black males are smart. We know majority of our black women is real smart and real creative. So instead of them pushing out all those negative things about us, so when other people come into our countries and they say we lazy and we don't take a granted for that, no, it's not that. It's more to it. Because I sat at the table. I know the tracks is set for us. But my thing is, I had to say to my brothers, my sisters, is you know what? Keep on doing what you're doing, but don't be naive. Don't let the enemy use you against your brother and your sister. Because the end of the day is you just another number. They'll use you up, fire you, put you in another position. And matter of fact, they will bring somebody in that so you could teach them and then slightly leave and kick you out the door. So we really need to teach our own kids how to be their own boss.
You know something? That add on to that. Not only will they use you up, replace you, but they'll use you up, you die off, and you'll definitely be replaced. And you know something? You will be forgotten, which is what happens so often. You dig in the system. Okay, the tampering that is so evident. And see, here's the thing about it. It's the psychology of it. All right. For the people you understand that have stepped into the system, you dig, and agree with the system, you dig, and don't mind stepping on their people, they're going to go with the size of the people. I
Mhm.
was looking at a video the other day, and it's on YouTube. The guy who set up the Black Panther, Fred Hampton, right?
Mhm.
He made a cold statement that I had to sit back and say, you know something, this is what they do all the time. He said that uh, when they went in on Fred Hampton in that Chicago apartment, he said he was the one who actually initiated that. He was the one who had gathered the evidence, you
Mhm.
understand, for of them to attack that apartment.
Mhm.
And he said that after they had killed the three people in the apartment like they did, he said that he went in, you understand, and looked at the blood on the mattress, and he looked at how the apartment was destroyed by the policemen, when they threw the little tear gas and whatever in there. And he said he felt a rage, but he couldn't say nothing because he said that at the time that he was setting Fred Hampton up, he wasn't on his side. He was on the countryside. He was working with the FBI. All right, and that's whose side he was on. So he said he couldn't say nothing.
Mhm.
But he said he felt bad afterwards. But then he said he couldn't feel too bad because he wasn't a part of what Fred Hampton was. And that triggered a couple of thoughts in my head because it made me reflect over how the system you dig divide and conquer.
That's right.
And you know something? There's no other race that has been tested in their humanity than the black race who have been over here in the United States.
Exactly.
Now, I don't want to belittle the pain that other cultures are going through around the world now, because you got other cultures that are going through a whole lot of things too in their own way uh, that we haven't went through. All right,
Right.
but
Right.
here in this country, well, okay, let me explain what I said about other cultures. I was sharing with a friend the other day about Yemen. Do you know ever since 2014, they have had snipers, you dig, up on buildings, you dig, and distant uh, locations, shooting any children or any adult they see walking through the streets. And that's
I
been
heard about that.
that's been
I heard about
that,
that.
right. That's been since 2014. This is 2000, 2021, and they're still doing it. But get back to my point. Blacks have went through everything, and we was able to keep it together through the civil rights and what have you. And then, hey, in the 70s and the 80s, it just fell apart, and we haven't recovered since then. Some are trying to recover. People like us, we're speaking out, we're saying things, you know. But more got to start speaking out. More got to start, saying things. And definitely on YouTube, never before have people been able to communicate with other people in different states, different cultures, like we're doing now on
Right.
YouTube.
Right.
And we choose to understand to cater and solicit to the fuckery. We want to talk about, understand, how dirty and nasty a man is, as well as how trifling and whorish a woman is. And it get likes, it gets
It's
support.
crazy.
Oh man, yeah.
It's
Okay,
crazy.
somebody else can go and take it.
No, you're speaking.
You speaking,
Yeah,
man.
you're
I'm
speaking
listening,
because
man.
yeah,
You got
that's
me. You got me. You got like you got me going, bro. Like, ooh, I'm
I'm
listening, man. Drop
look,
them jewels, bro.
what I'm doing is I'm just trying to come from the perspective of a man who has made many mistakes in his life. And through the grace of God, you understand, I was able to recover. All right.
Yes.
I was the number one asshole. I really was, man.
I'm
Did it
laughing.
all.
I'm laughing with you, man. I'm laughing at you. I'm laughing with
Yeah.
you.
Well, something. I'm just telling the truth. Sold the drugs,
Yeah.
I did everything. But the thing of it though is, when a man get right and a man speaks, you're gonna understand. You dig that? This man is for real. All you do is measure his words. You know. And in this society, the society of canceling things or whatever, check this out. You don't pay attention to what a person say. You look at what they do.
mm-hmm.
Really, you look at what they do, and they tell you about the quality and the character and the integrity of the person, be it a man or a woman. You know, and like I don't jump on a lot of panels
You don't.
Me neither. Me
because
neither.
I said this on my own panel when I go live, and I'll say this again. A young man asked me uh, March of last year, did I take YouTube serious? My response to him, quote unquote, was no. I don't take YouTube serious, but I take me serious.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
In other words, what I bring to YouTube, you understand, is going to be serious. But again, that's not to reduce some of the serious content creators you dig on YouTube. You got some real people on YouTube who really bring things to the table. But I realized that there are a lot of broken people on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people that are over opinionated. A lot of people you
Right.
understand that are two faced, shallow, superficial, and all those other extravagant words that you can place on them. But the behavior though is what is what must be confronted. And again, I say like something. All this that is afflicting us. Okay, brother, you mentioned you understand about the pandemic. You did.
Yeah.
I get slightly aggravated, man, when I read when I read newspaper articles, look at the news, and I look at places like Australia, all these other places outside of the United States, their death toll, you understand, is like 9,000, 5,000, 12,000. And here it is in our country, our death toll is risen to almost a half a million.
Yeah.
And it's the stiff neck, uh, inconsiderate attitude of the Americans that has got us into this position. We don't want to put on face masks. We don't want to social distance. We can't stand to stay in the house. We can't, do the things that we need to do to beat this virus.
Right. There's,
And
there's,
and
nobody.
Let
and,
me
and
let me
about
ask you guys something.
yeah,
I'll be
Yes,
honest. What y'all feel about the date coaches on the YouTube streets giving advice to the women and males about dating? Starting off with Melvin, what's your input?
what do I feel? Oh man, happy
About the
to okay.
date coaches
Oh
on
man,
YouTube?
you got some now. You may have like I agree with this guy. Uh, you have some real content, and then you have some of those who who think they know what they're talking about, but don't know what they're talking. You know, if you want like I always believe that if someone will talk to me about a relationship, you gotta have a Bible verse or something biblical to go along with it. Because from my understanding, there was never no boyfriend and girlfriend. God took the man away from his family and just gave him a straight wife. Like like when God created Adam and Eve, you know, that was straight husband and wife, you know. But the significant and understanding, like when I hear that, some folks just don't know what they're talking about. Then you got some they do, then you got some that'll just want to throw sauce and all that salt in your relationship to get you to come out of your comfort zone. So type in, start speaking, coming on live, talking about what you going through. Now you got everybody coming at you. You know what I mean? And then some responses you may will like, and then some responses you will like. So like I tell people, be careful about what you put through on Facebook, YouTube, whatever about your relationship. Me personally, your relationship supposed to be sacred and secretive. Everybody ain't gotta know everything that goes on in the house. You know, I mean, like, now if you want to tell me how to keep a woman, and you want to tell a woman how to keep a man, but I want to know is how long have you been in your relationship or you in a relationship now? If you married and you got like 30 plus years in or 20 plus years in or 10 plus years in, and you can keep it real and tell me that everything is not peaches and cream, but this is what keep us together, then I'll listen. But if you just want to come at me talking about say you're a professional relationship, then tell me why you ain't got no man or why you ain't got no woman. Tell me that. You're gonna tell me how to how to do something, but you ain't got one. Like, come on. Come on, people, you know, people try to make themselves look like try to make themselves look like try to make themselves look more than who they are instead of just being themselves. So what I want to know is that's just my question back to you, Sheila. Like, you know, I agree with you. How can you tell me something that you ain't never experienced? Like I gotta know your experiences first. Everything, and I talk about my research, I ain't talking about finance. I want to know was your man was there for you, or was you there for your man? Like right now, you know what's going on in Texas. Are you going to be there for your girl? Are you going to be there for your man? Like you know, because sometimes people fall in love and want to get together for the wrong reasons. Now that you know it's cold outside, and the water, and the water, you got a water problem, you got an electric problem. Are you going to be there for me? Are you going to stay with me? Or are you just here for the give and the go? I don't want to, you know, the give and are you just be around and just be around and when the hard times come you want to split. Majority of the times, majority of the times in with our people that's what winds up happening hurts. It hurts. If you're in a relationship, I believe in like, I don't believe in divorce. I watch my friend, like I said, always said it, and everybody's chat in relationship. I watch nothing but till death go do part. That's all I was raised around. That's all I believe in. I don't believe in divorces. I mean, like, I tell a person, before if you want to go through the relationship, you're going to go through with your marriage, or are you willing to be strong and stick it out? Or are you just there for the money and,
Let me ask you a question, Melvin. Have you ever
everything?
been married?
No, I haven't, but I've been engaged twice now for all my
How many
7
kids you have?
I have 4 children.
Okay, so
I
you
have
have
four
4
children.
children. You never married none of their mother.
Nah, but the thing is, a lot of folks think that because of my children being 2 years apart, a
Okay,
lot of folks think that I was only with my children's mothers for 2 years.
okay. Reason why
No,
I
I
asked you
wasn't.
that. Okay. Reason why I
I
asked
put,
you.
I, no, I put years in. I was with
Okay.
one for 10 years. I was with
Okay.
one for 20 years. It took me, and then another one, it took me 20
You still
years to
didn't
get
ask them
with
to
her.
marry you. Okay. Now let's go back.
And
Let's go back to.
now,
Let's go back to the
I
basics.
would, I did what I did. I ain't gonna say what I did, but what I did was
You don't have
wrong,
to.
right? You know what I mean? I admit what I did was wrong, but the coolest thing is, though, I get along with every last one of them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And they all ask about one another. So it's like it's like one really forgave me for what I did. We real cool. Like I'm like one of my children's mothers. We are real cool. Like like we real fly. You know, I I may say so flirt. You know, what I mean? Our relationship is so cool that we know where to draw the line. It ain't never going to go back to that, but our relationship is just cool like that. She forgave me for what I did,
Can you hear
and it
me?
feels good. Mm-hmm.
You can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Only thing I'm gonna say like this. Okay, because I got married at a young age, and and it's a lot when you get married at a young age. So before we got married at a young age, there are consequences and stuff like that. That I knew
Word.
I didn't have a job, I had a career. So we sit down talking and saying this is something seriously when you get married because it's not about you, it's about us. So we waited we got in our 20s, we got married, we had 2 kids and everything, bought our townhouse and everything. So what I'm saying is that when you marry, it's supposed to definitely to us part. When you marry, it's not about you, it's about us. Um, your husband is the stronger vessel, you the weaker. So he was more like the provider and I was more like the nourisher. But even though I made more money than him, I didn't make him feel uncomfortable. I helped him with his business. Also, when he came home, I made sure the house was clean, his dinner was done, his bath water, his cologne was on the bed, his shower, his
That's
bath,
what's up.
everything a man, cause I'm supposed to be his provider. I'm supposed to be his servant. So everything he need was there. And that wasn't a burden. That was my job as his wife to do that. And I took that as a pleasure. And also, if his feet were hurting, instead of going to the spa, we used to go get a spa. I bought one at the house, and I would do his feet for him, massage his feet and stuff like that. Because the end of the day is, I said that the same way I got you when I was married, I'm gonna keep you. And we was married for 25 years before I divorced him. But what I am trying to say is that these times and days, majority of women don't appreciate their men. And it's not about high value because you could look at our ancestors, they had nothing and still they had a beautiful home. Their kids went to college. They had food on the table. And they had standards and they had morals. And that's what we missing with this young generation. We having kids and not holding the mothers is not holding their kids accountable. And we also having kids by married men, and that's not acceptable. And so what I'm trying to say is, as a woman, we let who in and out our body. Our body is supposed to be the temple of God. So it's up to us to be careful who we let in our body. And then also, and I don't care, I'm gonna get a pushback off this, that I'm passing a law when it comes to abortions. Now, when a man say that he don't want a child, and a woman do, who gonna get the lack of it? The male. So now we did push a law when a person have a child, nobody have custody. And now we also give that man a right too, if he want that baby or not. Because for years it's always been on the woman's side, not the man's side. So
Wait a minute.
Chilla.
Can I answer your question?
mhm,
Me personally, you understand, I never had a problem with meeting a woman, sitting down talking with her, and getting to understanding with her.
mhm,
Actually, I never dated any woman that I was with, coming out the gate. The uh, the the dating part, so to speak, or should I say, going out having dinners and what have you,
mhm,
that came after we had got together.
mhm.
All right. Uh, but when you ask the question, what do I think about dating coaches?
Yeah,
We're talking about the way people related to each other, back in the day. And I'm not talking about no 2 or 3 years ago, with the young sit back and say, oh, well, that's back in the day. I'm talking about, 30 and 40 years ago. Uh, they had a respect for relationships. They had a
yeah,
respect for how they actually, uh, uh, went up to each other, you dig, and approach each other. Okay. Uh, I hear so often, you understand, uh, by so many today, especially of the young group. And when I say the young group, I'm talking about, you understand, in the late 20s, the 30s, you dig. Some of those even, uh, in the early 40s, they they have taken this relationship thing to another level.
Yeah.
And like this dating coach thing, this just evolved within the past 15 years. Okay, uh, uh, people, popping up saying, okay, hey, well, look, I'm gonna give you some advice on, how to meet a woman, you understand what to say to a woman, you dig, the things to do and the things not to do, and it just,
Mm-hmm.
it just took off from that point on.
mhm,
And what it has done is it has corroded the respect that men and women have for dating because they brought a lot of trash to the table.
mhm,
Okay, especially the trash you dig today, where a woman expected when you come up to her, you understand, and you show interest in her, well, take me out to dinner. I want to go out to dinner. You
mhm,
take her out to dinner, you understand, and after she done had a nice dinner, you understand. Well, look, I'm not really interested in you, but thank you for the dinner. And it's all this kind of trash that has been dumped into the relationship, atmosphere that men and women are vibing on now. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I can't respect a dating coach
Mm-hmm.
if you call a woman a bitch,
Yeah.
which a
Yeah.
lot of these guys who get that advice, oh man, this bitch that bitch that. I can't respect it because you're not respecting the woman.
mhm.
I can't respect a dating coach you did who called a man, what is that word they say? Dingy, dusty, broke nigga, all that stuff that manifested, you understand, through the 90s and the 2000s,
Yeah.
whether they labeled and relabeled, what a man and a woman was. Okay. Now, what do I think of them? I think that if the dating coach has principles and morals, and he's truly trying to bring a man and woman together based on their acceptance of his opinion, his advice, and what have you, I think it's a positive thing. If
Yeah,
you really feel that you need that,
yeah,
okay. But if a dating coach, you understand, uh, say that he's bringing, men and women together, but he's gonna tell the truth about man. That nigga ain't no good. You know, uh, uh, he's a cheater. He's what is that word that they use all the time? Narcissist. And like you know, uh, guys will take you, through hell and they will use you and they will live on you and they will do this and do that and control you and what have you. I think that's a negative dating coach.
yeah, cool. It is.
All right. Um, I feel that on YouTube, especially, they've trashed uh, 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 um, the concept of what a positive relationship is. But there are some people on YouTube who sit and talk about, you understand, relationships and what have you in a positive way, who don't sit
Yeah,
back and distort, negate, or create a dynamic, understand, that is hate filled. Uh, Again, I salute Kevin Samuels because he is doing something that is completely opposite and different of what a lot of people, you understand, are not used to. But there's truth in this message. Don't pay attention to the messenger, look at the message.
right, right, right,
And you
right.
have so many people, you understand, that are calling in who really know that they need help. Why? You have a lot of women that have educated themselves, you understand, and they think you dig that, like, I don't never want to, unite with a man that's beneath me. I can't relate to a plumber or electrician, you know? I want someone that's making the six figures.
Yeah,
But
they
only,
don't want no brother.
right,
They
but
don't want a
only
brother
what,
that work at Burger King or McDonald's.
right, but only what they want, though.
Yeah,
And and from listening to some of these dating coaches, the only one who really brings something to the table is Kevin because he shows that these women have not thought above and beyond their needs. They have not thought about what a man actually wants, which is what Sheila just stated. You did. A man sometimes
hmm,
want his feet, washed and what have you. He want a woman to show that she cares. A man, something. A lot of people said that a man is simple. Yeah, a man is simple. You did in terms of when he go to express and show you who he is and what he is. But he's complicated and complex because once he go through a raw experience, you ain't gonna pull the wool over his head anymore.
true.
And some women tend to think that I'm smarter than a man, so I can always use this game. You know,
Yep.
some women actually think you dig that they got a million rose petals, in their V. I got the good stuff. I know it's
Hmm.
good. I know he gonna go crazy about it, and that's BS. Some men think, man, when I go to pipe it down, you understand, you dig, and put it down, you understand, she'll do anything that I want to. I have her mesmerized. You know, um, she's on a spell, you dig? Bitch, go get my sandwich. Bitch, go upstairs, you understand, and undress, you dig? You know, that long dick is getting ready, you understand, put it down. And it's BS. So, coming back to your question, and I could add a whole lot more, uh, I think that,
I was hoping. I was hoping.
No, I don't want to go there, man. Uh, 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 Coming back to your question, though, Sheila, people you understand don't have a healthy concept you understand about marriage. I was married before. I was married 23 years. I messed that up.
Mm-hmm.
Not my, matter of fact, you know something? I'll break it off to you like this. When I got locked up, you understand, I was gone, you did, for 15 years, you understand? And my then wife, she was a soldier. She was a queen.
Mm-hmm.
I got the visits every month. I got money put on the books, you understand? And she did that, you understand? For 4 years, she did, for 9 months. And the thing about it, though, she just got tired. And like, sometimes, you have good women out there, and when they tell a man, baby, I'm tired, you got to listen to it. You got to heed her. And I understood it, but there was nothing I could do. I mean, right now, me and her the best of friends. You dig. She, I had 3 of my kids with her. We get together, you understand, or whatever. And you know something, you know, we always got that special communication or whatever. Anytime you spend time with a person, you dig, and y'all develop that chemistry, you understand, it ain't gonna die. It's gonna always be there. It's just that you know went your way and she went her way. But she'll sometimes come up to me and say, you owe me. And I say, you know something? If only I had the world, you dig, to give to you. You know? And I
Mm-hmm.
really mean it. But my point though is that like when you know your worth, you know your quality, it's not about the money. It's about the dignity and the character.
Yes.
And like that's something that can't nobody take away from you. It's about the
Amen.
purity of the spirit. But this I value man thing is a concept that has evolved, you dig. It's been around forever. It just had a different name in the past. He's a money maker. He's about his business. He's getting dough.
And you
He's
know
the
what,
cream of the
Mr.
crop.
Black?
Yes,
And that's what it's all about. See, men's is very simple, and that's women's too. And then the Bible said, when a man find a wife, he find a good thing.
that's right.
And the only thing the woman had to do is just prepare herself and get ready for when God bless her with that husband. That's all. And my advice to the ones who want to get married again, or the ones who dating or whoever fiance, just make sure y'all have that communication skills. Don't hide nothing from nobody. You know, um, if you got that gut feeling, your stomach that something ain't right, just let him know you want to talk.
Yes.
Because one thing I can't say that being married for 25 years, the communication and sense of humor will go a long way. And that's all if I ever, in which I know I'm not, he would have to be a man of God. He would be intelligent. He had to have a sense of humor. He had to have compassion. He had to be transparent. He had to be a people person, you know, and just,
Can I say two things,
mm-hmm,
Sheila? All
mm-hmm,
right. Wow. You hit it dead on the head. Cause you know something? There were many times in saying when my lady came in that prison room and like, you know something, all the stress and stuff that she was going through, she wouldn't tell me everything. But it was laughter and humor and the love that we had that got us through,
mm-hmm.
those tough times, those tough periods. All right. Another thing I want to say real quick, when you were saying, about your relationship you dig, and like, the man is the stronger vessel and the woman is the weaker vessel, right? Here is the reality of that situation. A strong man will never look at his woman as being the weaker vessel because by her being around him, she's going to become stronger. she's going to become stronger, you understand? And she's going to absorb, some of his strength, you dig, just by being in his presence. All right?
Well, let me rephrase that, not the weaker, but
Yeah.
completeness shift him. But as I saying, like weaker, like other
Yeah.
words, her body is not strong like him. Some things we can't.
From a physical
Yeah,
perspective, yeah.
yeah, physical, yeah.
Because,
But
now, the
let
reason
me
I'm saying that,
correct
brother,
that.
like, the reason I'm saying that is because once I was taking out the picture, it was my wife who kept the foundation going.
Mm-hmm.
She was the one, you understand, you dig, that stood up on my shoulders
Mm-hmm.
and said, I got you. I got the family.
Cause we need each other.
That's
We
right.
really, we do need each other. Cause
That's
we
right.
balance each other out. And remember, when God made man, He fell asleep and He took the rib from man and made Eve. And see, we got to realize too that it's a lot that we used to do back in the days that they're not doing no more. And it's just like lifting one another up, encouraging one another. We don't have that no more. And that's what need to be back in the household home structure, guidance, morals.
But you know something though? Not to cut you off.
Mm-hmm,
The one thing that I really appreciate about Kevin Samuels,
mm-hmm,
he asked those women, and you know something? There are a lot of women that come from broken homes. There are a lot of women that was not raised with their parents. There were a lot of women who didn't have a father to talk to get gamed up. There were a lot of women, you understand, who really didn't know how to actually deal with a man. They only got it from, their mother's perspective. But one thing that Kevin Samuels always asked them, you dig, uh, when they asked me, say, when's the last time you was in a long-term relationship? And they said, oh, 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. He said, well, okay, why did you marry that person? They'll get a reason, understand, he cheated, he wasn't making enough or whatever. He said, okay. He said, well, who was the first one that broke up? That broke the relationship up.
mm-hmm.
The women would always say, me. And I'm saying, video after video after video after video, the women who appeared on the show was always saying me. And I said, why are so many women, you understand, walking away from their relationships? And this what I mean about not having a healthy attitude about relationships, because you don't know it's the trash that you bring to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's come I say I give him credit for that, because like those are the things you dig that people don't want to talk about, don't want to mention. All they could do is criticize the man. And it's the thing with black folks. If they see a person making money, they'll find some kind of way to hate them. Really. I remember, you understand, when I was out there doing my thing, and look, I would get up in the morning, you understand, go out and sit on my porch. And I actually had, you understand, that you look, I would every morning was my thing to get up and go sit on my porch. You dig? I sit on there like about an hour or whatever, just taking a day. I noticed
Man,
that
I
this
used to
guy
do
was
the
always.
same thing, man.
Oh, hold on, check this out. There was this guy that was always sitting on his porch. Seemed like he just timed himself. You dig that? Whatever I showed, he would come out there and sit. You know what he did one day? He said, "Man," he came over. I seen him walking across the street. He come up and say, "Hey, uh, can I talk with you for a minute?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Man, I just gotta ask you this, man." He said, "No offense." He said, "But man, what you doing, man, on the side, man? I mean, man, you know, look, every time I see you, you shop, you dig, you this and that. You understand, man? You doing something. What are you doing, man?" And check this out. And I said, "Excuse me, what did you say your name was?" See what I'm saying? He didn't even tell me my name. He didn't even tell me his name. He just got to, really, this actually happened. And I say,
Wow, that's what's up.
wow, yeah. I said, wow. But that's what blacks do. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
I even heard my own brother, which shocked me one day. We walking down the street. This was when the Park Avenues had just came out, and a dude drove by with a Park Avenue that was blue on blue in blue. You understand? I'm talking about shiny clean. My brother suddenly blurted out, "Look at that fool! What is that sucker doing in that car? He don't know what to do with it. He shouldn't even have that car. I should have that car." I was shocked and surprised, and I looked at my brother, and it was the look that he had on his face. I said, "Man, what is wrong with you?" He said, "Oh, man, I'm just telling the truth." I said, "No, you ain't telling no damn truth." I said, "Because you could get a car just like he got a car, but you're hating on that dude,
Uh,
and you don't stereotype him and everything. What is wrong with you?" I never
Shoot, tell,
forgot that.
tell me how much money I need to put down and what paperwork I need and what kind of job I need to get so I can get that car too.
Yeah, really. Yeah, but blacks do that though. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man. Hey, I could go on and give examples you did because it was like,
I love when I
whatever.
see my people come up, man. Like, like,
Hey, check
like,
this.
like me personally. I can't like I just became eligible to get my license from my due to my past, and I'm always walking, but a lot of my friends got cars, and I'm
Yeah.
always like, yo, man, I like that car, I don't. It's people. It's more easier to put a smile on your face than it is to frown, man. Like people hate on the stupidest thing. Why?
Hey, you know something? You know something, brother? Let me share this with you. Remember, you understand? I don't know where you're from, you dig, but I know that whatever city you're from, they got projects in that city. You know?
Right. Oh, your
Okay,
project. Right.
okay. And check this out. This is another thing I never got over. They used to, people used to always come down on people that was on welfare. All right. I believe that welfare has its purpose, you dig, or whatever. But you know
Right.
something? When you would go through the parking lot of a project and you see all these, good looking cars, clean or
Man,
what have you.
man, you'll find the flyest car in the project. You'll find the flyest car in the project, boy,
Yeah,
for real.
yeah. See, but people say, man, they don't need no help. Look at them cars that they're driving with. But this is black folks. You
Yeah,
did, and some white folks. But I'm just saying though, and
yeah,
like the some of the people in the project, they work hard to get those cars.
That's right.
exactly,
They do sad work
exactly,
to get those cars. They
exactly.
scheme, they scheme. You understand? Saving money. You dig? Making money. Some are even selling
Yep,
barbecue dinners. You dig? To get that car.
yep. Everybody ain't selling drugs. Everybody
Yeah.
ain't selling drugs.
Yes.
Everybody ain't selling drugs. I tell cats like this: when you need a pack of cigarettes and the stores is closed, you better go to the hood.
Hey, now one thing I will tell you this though, drugs are going to be around forever because you know
Oh
something.
yeah, oh yeah.
Generation after generation is picking this stuff up. You dig? And these cartels, they're always finding new ways to get these drugs into the country.
That's true.
In
Mm-hmm.
this country, you understand? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
have they won't have for of the society on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. But I'm ready to close down. I was here for like 2 hours, and I thank you guys.
oh damn, man.
Mm,
Well, yeah.
Dang, I'm okay getting dressed for work too
oh, thank you
while I'm
too.
chatting.
It
Yeah.
was
About to
it
go
was
shovel some snow.
it was my pleasure, Sheila. It was my
Oh, it was a
pleasure.
pleasure.
What's his name?
Yeah, yeah.
Milton or what's your name, brother?
Melvin.
Oh, okay, Melvin. I'm sorry. Uh, and uh, to the chat room. It's my pleasure, you understand? You did
Mhm.
one of those rare moments.
Yes.
Sheila, hey, much love. You understand? You know, it's all good.
Much love.
Yeah.
Now I want to thank everybody. You have any last words, Mr. Black?
Hey, you know something? Go out there and get your knowledge and wisdom, you understand, and make a difference.
Mhm.
Sometimes, you know, you can't be an open book. Sometimes you got to be an open book.
Mhm.
That's how you can reach people. How will people know, you understand, that you know, you like them if you don't show that you like them in certain ways about what you went through, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Can't undo the past, but you know something, you can always create a new present and a new future.
Mhm.
That's it on my part.
What about you, Melvin?
Hey, but like I said, Mr. Black said it all. You know, I can't say no more after that. I can't say no more after that. That's like a preacher going behind another preacher preaching. I can't do that.
Okay.
But brother, you know something,
Yeah.
you're a humble brother, man, and I like the way you speak, you dig. Sometimes when you speak from the heart, you dig, you tell the truth about life,
Yes.
you know? And like I wish, you know something, I wish that I could even get that talent even, you know, better. I'm working on it. I'm working on it because like you know, when you speak to the heart, you reach a whole lot of people. Even hey, you may not realize it, but you do reach a lot of people. And Sheila, I'll say this for the
Mhm.
general. I've sat around and understand and heard him speak. You dig on a whole lot of panels. You understand? I think he got a good wisdom. You dig?
Mhm.
It's just that you know something. He got to be selective about the panels that he go to
Yes.
because everybody ain't gonna accept his truth.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
I don't know how you put that one together and something. That was a good you know thing. I hope you know to encounter him. You know one day. You sit down and have a talk. You know, chat it up or whatever. Because like I said, everybody got a talent. We just got to know how to use it. You dig? And how to use it
Mhm.
together.
Yeah. And
I am out.
I just want to say I thank each and every one of y'all from on the piano, coming on the piano. And I just
Uh,
want to thank my angels in the chat and the ones who, you know, in the clouds. I said my guardian angels, because the end of the day is it would not be no show without y'all. And like I said, in the day is y'all are loved and appreciated and blessed and highly favored. Y'all have a blessed day and know that what God had for you is for you. And keep your head up, and there are better days is coming. You are loved.
okay. Peace.
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 Peace. Love you guys.
Peace.
Bye bye.
Love you too, Sheila.